8 p.m. Eastern time, which means that it's time for another live Q&A all about eBay and Amazon dropshipping. This is about an hour devoted to you guys, whatever questions you guys have, a chance for us to interact. And so if you ever want to join us live, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification so that you get notified whenever I go live. But starting now, it's going to be about every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. But you can get notified on your phone by subscribing and hitting that bell, making sure you're signed in on your phone on the YouTube app. I'll start answering questions in just a few minutes. I see people coming in to the live chat, but if you guys are watching this on replay, have any questions, ask them. I take screenshots, then I put them up on the screen and answer them during my next live Q&A in case for some reason you can't join us live. But here we have Larry here. What is up, Larry? Thanks for being back. Nikki's back as well. What's up, Nikki? Vortex made it. Thanks for being here. So did John and Lazy Abram, as usual. Thanks for being here. And I love this name, Things I Have Found. Really cool name right there. Probably a thrifter or reseller of some kind is my guess. So the way this works is any questions in the chat, I'll answer if I haven't answered them a million times already. And if we don't have any questions yet, I'll throw up a question from that someone asked underneath any of my videos from this past week. So Michelle says, hello, what does it say? Someone claims that a product research tool for dropshipping can easily cost $50 to $100 per day, and that everyone dropshipping is going to be on Shopify. Is that true? Should we take it seriously or laugh it off at his videos? So I'm not sure who this person is, who this YouTuber is who's telling you that product research software costs you $50 to $100 a day and that you can only dropship on Shopify. That is absolutely not true. The software that I use to help me with my product research does not cost $50 or $100 a day. I think it costs $25 a month for that. And it's really powerful software. And most of the time, for a lot of beginners, they don't need that kind of software to get started. But if you do want to use software, it's about $25 a month for the base package. And that software I use is called Zeek Analytics, which I'll put in the chat, the link to that. And it's definitely not a daily fee. And also, Shopify is not the only place you can drop ship. That's just not true. I drop ship on eBay. I drop ship on Amazon. I also know you can drop ship on Walmart as well. You could theoretically drop ship on other websites, although they're not really endorsing it, like Mercari and things like that. But definitely not Shopify. Shopify is not the only one. So what's up? We have Juan here. Get the M's even though. All right. What's up, Swiggle? Thanks for being here. Okay, so Mike D has a great question. When you are drop shipping from a website like, let's say, Walmart onto eBay, that seems to be what you're doing. Then where do you get your photos from? The photos that you're going to use for your listings, because you can't take the photos yourself because you don't hold any inventory. That's the whole point of drop shipping. So where do you get your images from? Well, you get them directly from Walmart. Walmart has stock images that most of the time you're allowed to use as well. But Mike asked a good question. Do you download those images to your computer and then re-upload them to eBay, or do you take a screenshot of them? Normally a screenshot would reduce the resolution, so it wouldn't be as clear of an image, whereas using the original image will be the bigger file, much clearer image, but a lot of people fear that that source file maybe will somehow identify the fact that it came from Walmart, the photo. So what do? So what we do is we use a software called AutoDS, and that allows me to quickly list items onto eBay just in a matter of seconds. And so when I use that software, it automatically pulls the images for me. So I don't have to worry about it trying to save it to my computer, then trying to re-upload them, or whether I should do that, or whether I should take a screenshot of it, because it takes care of it for me. Now, if you're going a completely manual route where you don't want to use any software, even something like AutoDS, then which is like semi-automated, semi-manual, then what I did back in the day when I used to do that is, I would save those to my computer when it was possible. Now, some websites, you can't save the images. That's not possible for their website. For some reason it's blocked. So in that case, you want to make the image as big as possible and then take a screenshot of it. Now, most computers will have screenshot software built into it. MacBooks, for instance, do. It's Command-Shift-4 is how to create a screenshot. Let me share my screen. So if it was this item, I would make it as big as possible by clicking on it, then hold down Command-Shift-4, and you see how it creates like this little plus that allows me to then drag, and it just took a screenshot of the area I selected. But I don't do that because, like I said, I use AutoDS, so I just copy down this URL and come to the uploader. Uploader on AutoDS, plug in that URL, select Walmart, click grab details, and you'll see in a second it will pull in the images for me. Now, if you don't have a screenshot software on your computer, look up Lightshot. It is look up Lightshot Chrome extension. That's LIGHTSHOT, and it should be the first thing that comes up if you search for Lightshot Chrome extension. And just click the blue button on the top right that will say something like Add to Chrome. So now I have the Chrome extension added already. It's up here. It's this purple feather. So now when I click the purple feather, this does the same thing. It allows you to select an area that it would then take a screenshot of. And then you can save this to your computer. Or upload it to a cloud and then send somebody the link to just a screenshot. So I use the one built into my Mac most of the time, but this Lightshot is convenient when I have to send someone the screenshot, because I could just send them the link to it. A little bit off topic there, just a little tip for you guys. So just coming back to AutoDS, you see scrolling down here, it pulls in the images for me. See, they're all right here. And you can like do other things like create a collage of all the images. So it does that for you automatically. So I don't worry about it. But great question. John asked a question, are there any advantages to offering free returns versus buyer pays for returns? So there's benefits and drawbacks to either one. So the benefit to buyer pays for returns is that, in theory, buyers are less likely to buy an item pretty much with the intention of probably returning it, which means that you're hopefully going to get less returns if the buyer has to pay for it. Now, even if you have buyers responsible for paying for return shipping, if the item arrived damaged, if the customer received the wrong item, then you would have to pay for the return shipping. Now, us as drop shippers, we don't pay for return shipping anyway. We would contact your supplier, let's say Walmart, and tell them, hey, you shipped me the wrong item. Hey, you shipped me a damaged item. They'll give you a shipping label. You give that shipping label to the customer, and then they return it. But the thought is that maybe it will deter buyers from actually doing the returns or going through with them. And to a degree, I found that is true, but you, especially as a drop shipper, you're never going to know whether buyers are lying about it. Buyers might say, oh, this item arrived damaged, even though it really didn't. And if you have a regular store, like you're a reseller, you'd be able to tell when that happens. But us as drop shippers, the item's going right back to Walmart or whatever supplier you're using. So you'll never be able to really know whether the buyer was lying or not. And again, it doesn't really matter because you're paying for return shipping. Now with free returns, the big benefit there is that buyers see that there's free returns and they're more likely to buy. And the other benefit is that eBay prefers it. So eBay gives you some boost in the algorithm if you offer free returns. So ideally at some point, you should be moving to free returns. You're also not going to have to deal with trying to ascertain whether buyers are lying or not, which can be frustrating. Free returns just kind of does away with that. And again, it doesn't really matter for you if the supplier is giving you free return shipping anyway. So you might as well offer it. And again, you could always start with one. You could always start with buyer paid returns and then move over to offer free returns. That's what I did because I didn't want to have to deal with free returns right in the beginning, and then I moved over later. But there's definitely a boost in the algorithm. More people are going to buy when you offer free returns. Will your return rate go up? Yes, but it's worth it if you're getting more sales. Okay. Hey, what's up, Dustin? Mitchell says he never got my Amazon gift card. Mitchell, you have to send me an email, paul@pauljlipsky.com, and let me know if you were one of the winners. There were 3 winners for that giveaway I did, and only 2 of them contacted me. Okay, so let's look at another one of these questions. Okay, Hasab says, if you use the non-API software repricer, do you have to keep your computer running 24/7? All right, so what is he talking about here? So let's go back to AutoDS so I can show you. So once you list this item using AutoDS, and the way you do this is after you go through everything here, you would click Save Product. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to list this. And then click Schedule, and then come to the Chrome extension and click Upload. And now that item is now live on eBay. Once you do that, AutoDS has now linked up that item on eBay with the item on Walmart. So if the price on Walmart goes up, then the Chrome extension is going to make sure that the price on eBay for your listing is going to go up as well. And if the item goes out of stock, it's going to make sure that the item goes out of stock on eBay for you as well. So the question is, how does that Chrome extension do that if your computer's off? Like, does it have to be on? So because this is all done through the Chrome extension right here, then yes, you do need to leave your computer on, and you have to have the browser open that has the Chrome extension added with your AutoDS token, and you must be logged into eBay from this browser window. So I don't have to leave AutoDS open. I can close this. I don't have to leave eBay open. As long as this window's open and I'm signed into eBay in this window and I have the Chrome extension here, it will work. You can even minimize this if you want. So the question is, like, are you just supposed to leave your computer on all day and your window open? Well, no, not necessarily. So, if you work on your computer, it's just really easy. You just leave this minimized and it will just keep running, changing prices as updating prices as prices change on Walmart. And if you don't do it all day, you're not on your computer all day, it's not that big of a deal, right? As long as it reprices at least a couple times a day, a few times a day while you are on your computer, as a new seller, especially without a lot of items, that's okay. Now, once you grow your store bigger, if you're not spending as much time on your computer, then another solution is you can create something called a VPS. Basically, that's like a remote desktop. And on the remote desktop, that can be logged in to eBay with the browser, with the Chrome extension, with the correct AutoDS token, and that should work like that. A little bit more of advanced kind of solution there. All right, but good question. Oh shoot, I got a little bit off on the chat here. So I think I accidentally skipped some questions. Anna says, hey, Paul, you survived your first hurricane scare. Now you are a true Floridian. Yeah, definitely. A little bit scary there for a moment. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let me pop up another question. Okay, we'll get back to that. All right, so Tony says, when deleting items from AutoDS, do I have to first delete the item from eBay store and then delete the item from AutoDS? So currently, when you're using AutoDS, let me go back to it. When you come over to your active listings on the left, active listings are either items that you listed through AutoDS or that you've synced up, that were existing in your eBay store, and you kind of sync them up. This light looks really bad. That looks even worse. Oh well. Okay, so this is all the active listings that AutoDS is tracking. So the question is, what was the question? I got distracted by the light. Oh yeah, so deleting them. So how do you delete something? Well, if you come over here to an item, there's a few options down here. It says end listing, remove from monitor, relist. Like, which one do you click? Well, clicking end listing, I think for right now, it's not available for non-API. It's only available for API. So what you do is you just delete the item from eBay. And the way you do that is you get the seller item ID, and you can search for it on eBay and then delete it. And then click the yellow button that says remove from monitor, which I'm not going to do right now because I haven't deleted it. So it's a two-step process right now. Okay. Hey, thanks for the $1 super chat. Really appreciate it. Terapeak versus Zeek Analytics. Which one is better for dropshipping? Definitely Zeek Analytics. It's designed by dropshippers for dropshippers, specifically for dropshipping. So it's definitely more advantageous to use that one. Okay, so Theo says, what do you do when someone purchases an item from your store and it's out of stock on your source's website? What's the best course of action at that point? So that's a great question. It does happen sometimes. Now, ideally, if you're using a repricer like AutoDS, and I've talked about it enough already, I'm going to make sure there's a link to AutoDS in the description of this video. But that will be my affiliate link. But if you sign up to that link, you do get a $1 trial for a whole month. So make sure to check that out. So I forgot the question again. What was the question? Oh yeah. So if you're using this, then chances are then the item is not going to be out of stock, because if the item goes out of stock, AutoDS is going to make sure that the item goes out of stock on eBay for you, so you don't sell it. Now, sometimes things happen, like it's in stock, you sell it, and then it goes out of stock before you get a chance to order it, for instance. So it does happen sometimes. What do you do? Well, first thing you should do is see if it's available on another website. Sometimes you can find it on another website for the same price, sometimes even cheaper. Another thing that you can do is wait 24 hours, see if it comes back into stock on the original website, and sometimes that works as well. Third option, find something similar that's very similar in price, and that you can contact the buyer and say, hey, you know, this, unfortunately, there was an error on eBay. This was supposed to be out of stock. We don't have that one, but we have this other one. It's just as good, or it's even better, or it's even more expensive maybe. Can we send you that one instead? And a lot of customers, believe it or not, they'll agree to it, especially if it's a more generic item. So so just be aware of that. Okay. Oh, okay. I finally understand what you mean by this. So no, I don't understand that question. So Anna says, is AutoDS the same as DSM or part of DSM? So they both they both pretty much do the same thing, but they're two different companies. So you don't need both. You only need one of them. Right now I'm using AutoDS for my stores. What's up, TMSR? Hey, what's up, Fred? Thanks for being here. Let's see another question here. Okay, so Justin asks, so let's say you send a buyer a return label for them to use, for them to print out, put on the box, and ship back. Justin asks, what if the buyer doesn't have a printer to print a label? And my response to Justin was, too bad. I mean, too bad. I mean, your responsibility is to give them a label. You are not responsible for making sure they have a printer so they can print it out. They can go to the library, use a printer there, and ask a friend maybe. And I meant to look this up, but I totally forgot. I think you can actually go to a UPS store and they'll print it out for you, but don't quote me on that. I would make sure, look it up first and make sure before you tell a customer that. Honestly, customers never complain to me about it. I think a lot of people just use their printers at work, things like that as well. Okay, so what if a customer says they never received the item? Steven, just make sure that you have your tracking number uploaded and you'll be fine. eBay always sides with you if you have the tracking number uploaded. Do I offer all free returns? Yes, now I do. Steven says, so AutoDS Chrome extension works the same way as a SKU grid one. I don't know like I don't know programming or how it works on the back end, but essentially it's the same in the fact that you need to have your browser open for it to work. Okay. Jan Vincent says, Paul, how are your PayPal and eBay fees 12.05%? I thought eBay had 10% and PayPal 2.9% or more for international. So recently I made a video where I did my income report for a full month. And in it, I talked about not only how much money I made or how much money I made on eBay, but also all my expenses, how much everything cost me, eBay fees, PayPal fees, cost of goods, and how that resulted in a little over $10,000 in profit at the end of all the expenses. And Jan wants to know how my eBay fees are that low when they were thinking eBay fees were around 10%. So when you first start out, eBay fees are around 10%. But once you sign up and pay for an eBay store subscription, that then lowers the fees. So eBay lets you sell on their platform for free, but they give you an incentive to pay a monthly subscription for what they call an eBay store. And there's different tiers, different levels for them. But one of the, not the cheapest plan, but like the next one up, I always forget the names of them. That one, once you sign up for that one, you then get a lower final value fee. And that lowers it down to 9.15 instead of 10%. You're probably thinking, okay, that really doesn't sound like too much of a difference, but actually it does make a difference. So let me show you right here. So these are always changing. These prices are always changing. eBay this year, I think it was this year, added the starter plan. And the next one up is a basic, then premium, then anchor, then enterprise. See that all here? And with a starter plan, which is the first paid plan, again, before the starter is just the beginner, which is free. But with starter, you get 100 listings for free. In other words, you can list 100 items without paying any insertion fees. Then after that, they're each 30 cents. And the final value fee is 10%, which is the same thing if you're a beginner and have no store subscription. But if you sign up for the basic, which is what I recommend all people do, the basic one gives you more listings for free and cheaper insertion fees after you get past 250. But really the more important thing is that your final value fee is capped out at 9.15%. Anywhere between 4 and 9.15%, but for most things you're selling, it's going to be 9.15% right there. So that's how I've been able to lower my fees from 10% down to 9.15%. PayPal fees never change, still 2.9% plus 30 cents. So the basic plan right now is $25 a month. It says 22, but that's if you sign up for a whole year. I always hate doing that. So if you sign up month to month, I think it's $25 a month. So $25 a month is worth it for once you start to make some sales, because this discount, lowering from 10% down to 9.15%, really makes a big difference, and it will make up that $25 difference very quickly. But great question. Okay, so KT says, hey Paul, I received a VeRO message on AutoDS for an Amazon Basics product. Do you think it's okay to continue? First time seeing this on an Amazon product. So one of the cool things about AutoDS when you use it, if you go to list an item and that item falls within the VeRO program, which are basically some items that the brand owner doesn't want you to use their copyrighted images and descriptions. So here we have Amazon Basics. This is a mouse, and most products you dropship, you are allowed to use the stock images and stock description without any problem. But some brands say, hey, you know what? We took those images, we wrote that description, those are copyrighted, we don't want you to use them without our permission. And if you do use them, eBay will remove that listing. So rather than get in any trouble, what happens is if you try to list one of these products inside AutoDS, you're going to get this message that says the name, whatever, Amazon Basics, whatever the brand is VeRO, because this is a manufacturer / brand that's inside the VeRO program. So then you have to make the choice, you know what, I'm going to list it anyway. I'm going to take the risk. Or you can say, you know what, it's not worth the risk to me. I'm going to click cancel and find another product. Now, with that said, I think most beginners should err on the side of not listing products that fall into VeRO. But I've always listed Amazon Basics when I used to do a lot from Amazon and never had any issue. So I don't want to tell you it's not going to be a problem, but I've never had a problem with Amazon Basics. And maybe I got to question the owner of AutoDS about this, how they get the VeRO, but I'm pretty sure the way it works is, see, AutoDS is linked up with thousands of eBay accounts, and it's able to see when accounts get in trouble for different things. So what it does is if it sees that, oh shoot, you know, Paul's account just got in trouble or just got a bunch of listings removed because Amazon Basics is a VeRO brand, then what it's going to do is it's going to add Amazon Basics to its internal VeRO list. And so it has a really accurate list of VeRO brands that you should avoid. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works, but I'll have to ask the owner of AutoDS just to clarify about that. Yeah, so if you guys are getting some value out of this so far, I would appreciate a big thumbs up for the video. We still have plenty of time to answer plenty of more questions. John has a question, says, if you have multiple stores, do you need multiple AutoDS accounts? I was just wondering if I could link up a couple of stores to one AutoDS. John, you only need one AutoDS account. So let's show you how this works. So inside the settings of your AutoDS account, you can add new eBay accounts right here. So you see I have 3 out of 11. So you can click add, choose add a non-API store, and set it up the same way that you did before. Now here's the catch, so to speak. Each store on AutoDS is given its own token. Yeah. So up here, this will show you all your stores. So if you select another one, that will have its own unique token. So in order for the Chrome extension to work, you would have to have two different browsers. Let's say you have two stores connected to AutoDS. You would need two different browsers. Let me open up another one. So let's do like this one. So these are two different browsers, right? Because this one is one user here on Chrome, one called Teaching here. And this one, where'd it go? Is another browser. You see it's the browser I call Alyssa, who's my virtual assistant. So these are two different browsers. So I could add the AutoDS Chrome extension here and make sure it has the correct token for store, let's say B here. And this Chrome extension will have the right token for store A. Now this browser with token A will be logged in to eBay store A, and this Chrome browser with the the token for store B will be logged into eBay store B. So then this one will be repricing for store B, and this one will be pricing for store A. Hope that makes sense. So the cool thing about Chrome, and I'm fairly confident you can do this on Windows as well as I can do it on MacBook, but you can just you can click on people and click add person and just create multiple different browsers basically that you can do this on. So each of these are different Gmail accounts that I have. It's totally different Google, what are they called? Google Suite accounts. I forget what they're called. Each of them is basically a different Gmail account with its own unique browser. So I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or whatever, 12 different eBay accounts going here. Well, AutoDS caps you at 11. So I could have 11 different eBay accounts, each of these different people logged into a different eBay store, each with its own token from AutoDS, so that they all relist properly. So I hope that makes sense. And each one doesn't have to be actually even logged into AutoDS. It just needs that token that's unique for each store on AutoDS. Hope that helped. Okay. All right, so next question. Let me, where'd it go? All right. Okay, Alex says, do you recommend using an old flag account or make a new one? If your account is flagged, I do recommend you start a new account and make sure you start from the beginning doing things the right way so you don't get flagged again. And that's why I'm really excited when AutoDS created this non-API version. All right. I've never really seriously used Terapeak for eBay dropshipping. I've played around with it a little bit, wasn't terribly thrilled with it, so just kept using Zeek Analytics. Okay, what's up, Anita? Okay, so Leilana says, hey, I'm a newbie, happy to be here. Can I change the name of my older eBay store? Or would a store name make little difference? So you can change the name of your eBay store. You can do it once every 30 days, I think, or maybe it's once every 90 days. I haven't done it in so long. But you can just go into eBay in your settings and change it. But the store name doesn't really make too much of a difference. As long as it isn't something like terrible, I wouldn't change it. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, your name. How how do we transfer from our old lister to AutoDS? So if you're moving to AutoDS, if you use the other AutoDS Chrome extension, it will help with that. I do show how to do it inside my course. It's kind of a lengthy process, so I don't think I'm going to talk too much about it right here, but just know it is possible to move all your items. When you first sign up for AutoDS, if you connected to an existing eBay account, then when you click here on the left on untracked listings, after an hour, this should pull in all the items that you listed onto eBay before you were using AutoDS. So AutoDS doesn't know, like for this item, what source, what website you sourced it from. So you have to tell it. You can either manually enter in that info here, or you can do it through a spreadsheet. Then, I show how to do that in my course. But it's not that hard to do, but it does take a couple of minutes. Paul, have you ever considered a coaching program? So I do have my course, eBay Dropshipping Titans, which is kind of like a coaching program that will be linked up down below. But I used to do coaching, and the coaching, I love doing it. I love working one-on-one with people and helping them see success. But I found that for a lot of people, they just needed help getting started and had the same questions. Most people had the same questions over and over again. So I just found myself repeating myself a lot. So I thought it'd be more helpful to just record a course that had everything I knew in it, everything that you needed to get started and more, put it all into one place so I didn't have to keep answering the same questions over and over again. And that's kind of how eBay Dropshipping Titans was created for that. And that coupled with the exclusive Facebook group that's just for members of the course, that really does make it more like the coaching program as well. Okay, so let's see. Next question. Hey, do you give direct access to your virtual assistants to your your Amazon and Walmart accounts? So it sounds, Martina, like maybe you are drop shipping from Amazon and Walmart onto eBay. Because if you're drop shipping onto Amazon, you can give your virtual assistant just limited access to your Amazon account. They can be a secondary user or an authorized user. So it looks like you're drop shipping onto eBay, and you want to know when your VA purchases items from Amazon and Walmart, how do they do that without logging into your account? Well, I do give them access to my Walmart account, to my Amazon account, and let them go through it to make the purchases. Now, on Amazon and Walmart, I have stored my credit card information, or I have my gift cards stored there. One of the great things about Amazon and Walmart is that when you get gift cards for them, you upload them to the website. So I might have a $100 Amazon gift card, and when I'm ready to use it, like I have this gift card for Amazon, and when I'm ready to use it, all I have to do is scratch off the code on the back, upload, put it into Amazon, and now that it just sits there. Let's say $100. It just sits there until I use it. So I don't have to worry about losing this card after I do that. Same thing with Walmart as well, which also means you don't have to give your virtual assistant your credit card information. You don't even have to give them the gift cards. They're already uploaded onto Amazon and Walmart. So all that you have to do is have them log in, make the purchases, and using the gift cards or the credit card that's stored, and that's it. And if you store the credit card on their websites, the virtual assistant isn't able to see it either. Oh, Derek said, hey, Paul, I just noticed my Facebook post on the screen for a second about me getting $1,000 in sales. Yeah, man, I was taking some screenshots. I didn't mean to include that, but since you're here, I'll throw it up. Derek, big shout out to one of my students, made first $1,000 in sales. Super excited to see just how much my store can grow with consistent listings. So big shout out to Derek. So glad that you are here as well. Congratulations, man. That's a huge first step, and well on your way to seeing a much more major success. And it looks like you have a vlog channel as well. So I'm definitely going to check that out after this video, guys. After watching this video, go check out Derek Witten Vlogs. Hope I'm saying it right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. What is the phone number to call eBay? Oh my gosh. Okay, so sorry, man. I just have to do this. This question frustrates me. I get asked this question sometimes, and I don't understand why anyone is asking me this question. And look, I know that there's some questions out there that you can Google and find an answer, but you're kind of like, is that the right answer? You know, you want to ask someone who's actually like done it before. But this, like, literally, just type in eBay, come on, eBay phone number into Google, and it's literally the first thing that comes up. It's right here. So you just Google it. It's right there. And look, I know I'm being a little like harsh about this, but sometimes the fastest way to make progress, or the reason, let's backtrack that. The reason some people don't make progress is because they're always finding questions to ask to prevent them from moving forward, right? Like, oh, what if this? What if that? Or how do I do this? How do I do that? And sometimes the only way to start seeing results is by taking action, even if you don't know exactly how to get there, or exactly what to do. And it's certainly true when I started dropshipping. I didn't know 100% of what I was doing. I didn't know exactly how I would scale up, but I just started moving. And through progress, that's when things began to become clear to me. And look, I was able to make excuses sometimes saying, oh, I can't do that because I don't know how to do it yet. Or I can't call eBay because I don't know what number to call. But a lot of times the answer is a lot simpler to find or figure out than you think if you just take some action to get there. All right, what can I do if Walmart cancels my orders for a lower end vacuum that sold multiple times and I'm tax exempt? Use VPN, open a second Walmart account, and gift cards. So there's a few reasons Walmart might cancel your orders. So one reason is if you're a new seller, a lot of times, or new, you just start to buy a lot of items from Walmart. Walmart is super afraid of fraud, so they might cancel your orders if you're new. Just keep placing them using gift cards and credit cards when you can, and eventually they will stop canceling your orders. Now, there are some items, though, that they're always going to cancel orders for. Things like a major electronic, like televisions. Those, Walmart, if you buy multiple of them, they will cancel those orders. Probably, because again, they're afraid of fraud. So just be aware of that. So Jeff says, Amazon buyer filed an A to Z claim and they won. Do they have to send it back? If not, how do I get the item back? So Jeff, if the buyer wins the A to Z claim and they still have the item, you're kind of out of luck at that point. The time to address is before that. I'm not sure what led up to the A to Z claim that makes a difference, but especially if it's something that should be a return, that's what you should tell Amazon about. Say, hey, this is not supposed to be an A to Z claim. This is supposed to be returned, and clarify that with them. But at that point, once it's closed, that's it. I mean, you could ask the buyer to return it, but they don't necessarily have to. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Powell says, I missed the video with my profit It's not available right now. I might make it available again. A lot of people are asking for it, so I might put a link to it down below after this video is done being live. Okay, let's see another question. All right, what tool is simpler, DSM tool or Zeek Analytics? So these are two totally different tools. So I showed you before Auto DS, which is similar to, what happened here? No. So DSM tool and Zeek Analytics are two completely different tools. So Zeek Analytics, like I mentioned before, is specifically for researching products to list on eBay. And DSM tool is similar to Auto DS. Like I said, I use Auto DS. And so what these software do is they will list the item, like I showed you, and reprice them, like I showed you as well. So this is all automated, which is really brilliant. So once you set this up, a lot of your business is being automated and run for you by the software. And that's what this software does. Zeek Analytics is specifically for finding the products to list. So they're two completely different things. Oh, can you explain how to do bulk uploading with Auto DS? Yeah, it's super easy. Let me show you how to do it. So when you come over here to the uploader, now I will start by saying I don't do bulk uploading because I like to make sure each item is done carefully. And if you don't know what bulk is, I'll show you what it is. So I'm just coming to the uploader and bulk. And all you're doing in here is putting in multiple URLs. So let's list this item, and I'll show you why. So we'll list that one. Oh boy. Oh, you know what? Let's just do the ASIN for this one. And we'll just do two products. We'll do this one as well. Now let's use the ASIN. So you list all the products in one for each row. And if you want, you can also do a title by adding in, how do you do it? I think it's a comma. Don't quote me on that. I forget how to add the title. I think if you do the ASIN, then comma the title, that will change the title to whatever you want it to be, but don't quote me on that. I'm blanking on how to do it. Then you choose Amazon, upload into eBay. You can do your pricing formula here and all your handling time, listing duration, do that. And you can choose here. So upload variations. So for this one, the first one, you see that there are multiple different variations: black, blue, silver, pink, red. So I want to upload all of those. So I check that one off. You could check this off if even if the item is out of stock, you still want it uploaded in case it comes into stock later. Allow VeRO will say, hey, I know these are Amazon basics. I don't care. I still want them listed anyway. And you can check off allow marketplace. That's, most of these items on Amazon are sold by Amazon. But if you wanted items that are even sold by third parties, you could check that one off. And the rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. So then what you would do is same thing. You would click Save Products, Schedule. And then once I click on the Chrome extension, where'd it go? Chrome extension and click Upload Pending, all those items would be uploaded. So that's just how it works. Very, very simple. We just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the other items. So that's 6 different items just uploaded in a couple of seconds, maybe a couple of minutes. All right. Shipping rate tables. Okay. What about InkFrog for a listing software for virtual assistants? Not needed anymore. So let me show you the cool thing if you're using virtual assistants. with AutoDS. So let's say you didn't list up these items. Let's say your virtual assistant did. So your virtual assistant found this product, they put it into AutoDS, they went through this process, they clicked upload. Now it's just sitting here inside AutoDS ready to be uploaded. Let's say over the course of 3 days, they find 50 different items. So now 50 items are sitting in AutoDS ready to be uploaded. But you never gave your eBay account login information to your virtual assistant because you don't trust them with it. That's okay. So what do? Well, the next time you log into eBay, all you do is click Chrome extension, click upload pending uploads to eBay, and boom, all 50 of those items are now being listed onto eBay. So your virtual assistant was able to find the items themselves. They were able to put them into AutoDS because, by the way, you can give special access to virtual assistants to your AutoDS account so they don't have access to your full account. So let's say they have access to the uploader. So they found the products, they uploaded them to AutoDS, they made great titles for them, they made the descriptions look perfect, everything. And then they clicked upload, and then they were scheduled. They're just hanging out, waiting for you to log in, and then all you have to do is click this button, boom, all 50 items have now been listed, and you never had to give your virtual assistant access to your full eBay account. So no, InkFrog is not necessary anymore. Okay. Okay. Okay, what else? Juan says, so I made a product research video, and in that video, Juan says, I never mentioned the fact that eBay is going to charge me sales tax. And I did mention it, Juan. The thing is, Walmart is not going to charge me sales tax because I'm tax exempt on Walmart. That's one of the smartest ways to drop ship from Walmart is you got to become tax exempt. So that makes a big difference. Is AliExpress a bad supplier? No, absolutely not. Different kind of drop shipping because you're drop shipping from China. But it's a great supplier. I know plenty of people who use it. Let's see. AliExpress takes too long for eBay, but can be useful for other things. Charlie, I mostly think you're right, but I think if you manage buyers' expectations and tell them it's going to take a long time, it could work fine. I know it works. I know people who drop ship from AliExpress to eBay successfully. But I agree, it is a long shipping time. It is a long handling time. What's the number to talk to a US-based rep? So Saturday mornings, like before 11 a.m. Eastern time, I always seem to get someone in Ireland, I think. Did you set up a Gmail account for your virtual assistant? I set up a Gmail account that my virtual assistants use, and I forward all my emails from my regular Gmail to the secondary one so that they can access it without having access to my main Gmail account. Jessica says, I'm in the valley of despair. I started dropshipping onto Amazon this week. I'm using Web Scraper app. So the valley of despair, I do love that. I know it sounds terrible thing to love, but what she's referring to is there's this point when you're first starting something and it's brand new where you're excited at first, so your momentum's up here, and then kind of reality sets in. You're like, man, this is tough. And you get into this valley of despair. You're really, really low, and you can't see the light at the end because you've never been there before. You've never reached that point before. So you almost feel hopeless. But That's where most people give up when they're at this bottom point. But from there, the only way to go is up. And most people give up right before they see success, right before someone would see success if they push through. So Jessica, just keep pushing through. Even if it seems like you're not making any momentum or any gains, this is part of the process. It always stinks, this part. It always happens when you're starting a new business, this valley of despair. But before the rainbow, there needs to be some rain, right? Before the harvest, there needs to be the rain. So just use this as part of the process. Keep pushing through. Everyone else had to pay their dues as well, even the most successful Amazon sellers. So just keep doing it. Anthony says, hey, I'm one of your students. Would it be possible for you to make a video on AutoDS? I do my course, all the videos in there, when I talk about listing and repricing, they all are refer to AutoDS. So check out the videos inside the course. Sounds like you're a student, because Anthony, they're all updated with AutoDS videos. How much is AutoDS? So the first month is $1. I will have that link. I'll put it in the chat, and I'll put it underneath this video later. What else was I supposed to put under this video? Oh, the link to the other video. So I'll do that. And then after that, it's, I think, pretty sure the first plan is like well, I don't want to say how much it is because it can always change. But right now, the cheapest plan is under $10 a month, which is really cheap. So, but check it out. The prices are always changing. Mario says, happy hump day, Titan Tribers. Happy hump day. And also happy birthday to my father. Sometimes he's watching. So Dad, if you're watching, happy birthday. All right. Hey, Noah, how you doing, man? Missed you guys. All my friends up in the Northeast, all the other drop shippers. All right, just keep swimming. Love it. Okay, so let me try to rapid fire get through these last questions. Any live today? So I'm doing lives now Wednesday at 8 p.m. Again, if you guys don't want to miss out on the live, so you can ask the questions. I do these for you guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification. This is how to do it. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, click on that bell notification as well. And then let's see, should I use Blue Care Express or not worry about it? If you use AutoDS, you don't have to worry about it. They take care of that for you, assuming you signed up for BCE credits. In regards to a brand, is there a list of brands we are not allowed to sell on eBay if we are drop shippers? Yes, those are those VeRO brands I talked about before. Again, if you're using AutoDS, don't worry about it. AutoDS will keep you notified if you try to list one of those. Ed says, happy birthday, Paul's dad. All right, and Adam says, thanks, Paul, for always keeping great content. My pleasure, guys. So that's a full hour. Thanks, guys, so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun, had a blast answering your questions. Great questions this week. And make sure if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section of any of my videos, and I'll take a screenshot, give you a shout out, and I'll answer your question in the next live Q&A. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.